Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little guy right here, Chartae, or something to that effect, from Reiner Knizia, put out by XVgames. The back of the box says that it is a gaming haiku of strategy and cartography. Well, there you have it. It is definitely a minuscule game, but let's get down to the table. I'll show you how it works, then we'll come back with some final thoughts after that. So the game Chartae, it consists literally of these cardboard tiles with different configurations of land and sea elements on them. Each of the two players are going to take on the role of cartographers that are basically arguing about the best way to draw the map from their most recent expedition. And one is going to be wanting a dominant land map. The other one is going to be wanting a dominant sea map. And so what you're able to do on your turn is either, the first thing you can do is rotate a tile 90 degrees. If you do that, that's all you can do on your turn. Or you can take a tile from the stack and add it to an adjacent orthogonal place on the map that's already out there. Now, if you choose to rotate the map, or rather one of the tiles of the map, that's fine. But if both players rotate a section of the map in a row, then the next player has to place a new map out on the board. Now, you are trying to build a 3x3 grid, so you can't have like a long strip of tiles going together. Once you have a side of the map that reaches 3 tiles in size, that locks down that size of the map. So whether it's width or height, whichever is reached first, you cannot add another one to make it more than 3 tiles. So starting with the person who has traveled most recently last, they'll be able to either rotate the center tile here, which I don't know why you would want to do that, or you can simply just add another one to it. Now, if you're the player who wants a dominant land map, then you're probably going to want to do something like this, or maybe something like this, where the land areas are connected and the sea areas are not. But on the other hand, if you are wanting to do the sea, then you'll maybe do something like this, or maybe something like this, to make sure that both of those sea areas are connected. And so let's say that the first person that goes is wanting to do sea dominant areas. The next person says, well, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and just rotate this 90 degrees like this. So now we're both on even keel again. The next person is going to take one of their tiles and place it out here. This is the sea guy, so he's going to place like right here like that. The land character will do this right here to extend his land area. And so now the sea person will take and rotate this 90 degrees. And this is how the game continues until you have a 3x3 grid finished. So now that a 3x3 grid has been completed, the game will end. And whoever has the most dominant feature, whether it be land or sea, they will have won the game. So if we look at this landmass here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles, which is their largest concentration of connected tiles. And then we have this sea mass here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the total would be 6 to 4. In the event of a tie, the person who placed the last tile would lose if there was a tie. Now, as you're probably aware, I am not one that likes dinky, small, tiny games. Especially if they're touting themselves to be some type of epic experience or sprawling game in a little tiny box. I'm not really necessarily on board with those kinds of games just because I want stuff to play with. It's a toy after all, right? So I want to do that. So with that being a caveat, I came into this game thinking, okay, it's Reiner Knizia, and it's a 2-player game, and it's a box about the size of my hand. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this, but I did enjoy the game, which is kind of surprising, but let's go ahead and talk about my pros and cons. First pro for this game is that it is fast. And I mean quick, fast, and in a hurry you will be done with this game. It is only a 3x3 grid, and you start with one of those tiles already on the board. So you are simply trying to maneuver your way to have either a dominant landmass map or a dominant sea mass map. And whoever is able to do that first, I guess you could say, is the winner of the game. So, it's so fast. I mean, it's over in a lick. You could literally play this twice as a filler game. And kind of it doesn't say this in the rules, but kind of, you play once and blah, 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 and do that, and whoever has the highest score wins that game, and you play again and try to beat that score or whatever. You can do anything like that. But the fact of the matter is, this plays so quick. I think the box says 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes, if that long. It's a very short game. That's a pro for me. My second pro is that because it is so short, it is the best kind of filler game that you can have out there. Filler games are usually ones that you want to be shorter in length, and usually they clock in right around 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes might be just slightly too long for you to get into that next game. You might have to cut the game short just because you don't want to miss getting in on that other bigger game. Well, this one, 10 minutes? Come on. It's the great filler game. Plus, it's great for game nights where you and another person are the first ones to show up. Boom. Break this out, play through it a couple of times, wait for somebody else to come in. Now you can start a 3-player game. So this is the kind of filler game that I really enjoy. It doesn't have any setup time. You shuffle the tiles and you're ready to go. And the rules are almost non-existent. That's how easy they are to teach. So quite frankly, this is one of the best kinds of filler games that I know of. These are the ones that I really do enjoy. I'll take this along to a game night just so that I have something on the off chance that I have just a couple of people sitting around with nothing to do for about 10 minutes. Perfect fit. Third pro for the game is that I do like the artwork that's on the tiles. There isn't a whole lot to talk about in this game, but these three things are really kind of the high points. And really, for me, I like that old style cartography map look that this game has. It could have been very colorful, and that would have been great too. But I like the Renaissance type style, I guess you could say. That's probably the wrong word for it, but you get what I mean. And I think it looks well, and it makes people say, hey, what is that? That's interesting. As far as cons for the game are concerned, there's only one, really, and it's the fact that it's over so quickly. And I know that was one of my pros, but I wouldn't mind playing a tile laying game like this. And I know Carcazzone's out there, but having the same type of idea where you have different, more than just two types of elements that you're trying to get in there and have it be a multiplayer game. I was actually thinking that when we ended, I wish this wasn't over. I want to continue playing this. And yeah, you can pick it up and play it again, but it really is limited by the fact that it is only 2 players and you are talking about only a handful of tiles. So you are limited to only a very short, abbreviated experience with this game, and I wanted a little bit more. So there you have it. It's a weak con at best, but it is a con. I wanted it to continue. I wanted it to be able to have more players available, maybe different elements, but it's just not there. So all in all, I'm just going to give Chartae a 7 out of 10 for the filler game that it is. Now, it's not a 7 out of 10 like some of the other larger games I'll give a 7 out of 10. Those will be ranked higher usually in whether or not I pull them out. But for this being a filler game, it is one of the best fitting filler games that's out there. And now that, coupled with the fact that it is rudimentary, that's why I came to a 7 out of 10. It does get my seal of approval. I think it's a great filler game, and it's a great little 2-player game that you can knock out really fast. So that's why it gets my seal of approval. But I usually, it's kind of like an appetizer. And I'm talking about like the old style appetizers that give you like 1 or 2 pieces of things that just kind of get your palate going. That's pretty much what Chartae is, but it does it well, so it gets my 7 out of 10 seal of approval. Thanks for joining me. I certainly appreciate it. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.